According to a study done in Current Directions in Psychological Science, upper-class people are less empathetic than lower-class people. Oh really? Rich people care less about human life than poor people do? Thank God somebody did this study. Thank God somebody put out the resources to figure this little tidbit of information out. Because there are certain people of certain political leanings who need to see this. Because they pretend human nature is universally one way. All people are bad, therefore society must be based on bad. But somehow we don't have a bad society. Unfortunately, this study will probably be written off as having been created by communists. I love this quote by Dan Kelchner, who co-wrote the article at the University of California, Berkeley. Americans, although this is shifting a bit, kind of think class is irrelevant. I think our studies are saying the opposite. This is a profound part of who we are. I'm starting to think maybe most Americans might be libertarians, and that libertarians aren't just some kind of lunatic fringe on the political landscape. Nah, it's just a perception Americans have in general. And that libertarians really are some lunatic fringe on the political landscape. Look, we've all known that greed and selfishness breeds pathological behavior. I know it has this theoretical construct of it having a virtuous nature, but I tend to think reality contradicts that. Regardless, this is my favorite quote from the study. One clear policy implication is the idea of the noblesse oblige, the trickle-down economics, certain versions of it, is bull. Our data says you cannot rely on the wealthy to give back. The 1,000 points of light, this rise in compassion in the wealthy to fix all the problems of society, is improbable psychologically. This study found that upper-class people tend to hoard resources and are not as generous as they could be. Wow, and I was taught trickle-down economics makes everybody wealthy. LOL education system. Here are some great comments I found on the article. They had to do a study to prove this? It was fully revealed during the French Revolution. It reminds me of Marie Antoinette. The people are starving. Meh, let them eat cake. Shortly after that, the bitch was beheaded. Unfortunately, this study will go ignored because the people who don't agree with it will just write it off as having been written by a bunch of communists and is therefore invalid. That's something they do a lot, invalidate science. After all, this was written at the University of California, Berkeley, so you know it's a socialist conspiracy. By Obama and Stalin.